When I got diagnosed with POTS, I went to every single doctor under the sun and I begged them to tell me what was wrong with me, and I begged them to give me ways to heal. And I completely ignored every single instinctive feeling that I had about how to heal my own body. I said, doctors must know more than me. I have this thing that nobody seems to know what's going on, and that's because nobody really did know what was going on. It was the emergence of POTS post-COVID. Plenty of people said, we don't actually know what this disease is. We also don't even believe that it's real. It's probably psychosomatic. You're on your own. And I remember having so many moments of feeling like I was crazy. So many moments where I was like, are you even experiencing this? Like, is this psychosomatic? Like, what are we doing? And those moments of self-doubt completely decimated the relationship that I had with my intuition. And it deeply impacted my ability to say, I know how to heal. I literally stopped listening to my own physical body completely. And I basically said, you don't work properly. You don't, you're not doing what I need you to do. Like, my heart, hurts as I'm saying this, but this was the language I used. You don't work properly. You're not doing what I need you to do. I have to go find someone to help us heal. And it's not going to be me. There's obviously going to be someone outside of myself that is going to help me heal. And I would go to every single doctor and I would find every intervention and I would take every referral and I went everywhere. I spent easily thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on out-of-pocket treatments or out-of-pocket doctor's visits and then the follow-up treatments in order to keep finding what the heck was going on. And the thing about doctors, and this is just a word of advice as somebody who has been doing this for 5 years, is that every doctor is going to have a referral. They're not special. They're not caring more about you. They're not unique. Every doctor is going to have a referral to another doctor. That's just common sense. They also are going to recommend the same interventions unless they are a specialist in their field, especially a specialist post or pre-2020. The emergence of specialists right now in that post-2020 world are all doctors who are now playing catch up with the viral presentations of POTS right now. They have less understanding and knowledge about your body than you do, especially if you are somebody who has been dealing with these symptoms beginning in 2020, because the research and the medicine has not caught up yet. Unless you are working with a specialist who has been doing this prior to 2020, there are a lot of things that you have to consider because, as I said before, every doctor is going to have a referral. Every doctor is going to have this brand new intervention. And if you are not stopping to ask yourself if it feels intuitively like it's going to be aligned with you, not if it works, but if it's aligned with you, you are going to keep running to every single doctor to find an answer that perhaps yourself can give you. The biggest thing that I did around year 4 was, because I was just so tired of seeing doctors, I was like, I cannot do this anymore, is I started asking my body what it needed. And I literally did that. I sat on a couch and every morning I would say, what do you need? What do you need? Do you need food? Do you need water? Do you need rest? Do you need sunshine? Do you need what? And when I started doing that, it sounds annoying, but the God honest truth is that the moment that I started doing that and I actually started giving my body what it needed, it revealed the root causes of my pain. And it wasn't trauma. This is not to invalidate a chronic illness thing. I actually had root causes of physical pain. I had POTS and I had jugular vein compression. Both of those things can really mess up a physical body. But I could not see or understand what those things were because I was too busy hustling to doctors' offices and doing different interventions, and I never stopped to ask, are they working for me? And the hardest thing for me to internalize was the fact that I knew more about my body than any doctor did. And it was because early on, I had zero faith in myself. And that was because of the medical gaslighting that I experienced very early on. That was not because I didn't believe in myself to begin with. It was because I was inundated, like most people with chronic illness, I was inundated with doctors who dismissed me, who told me I was crazy, and who told me that every single thing that I was thinking was not real. And so it was no surprise that I believed them. It was not shocking by any stretch of the imagination that I stopped listening to myself and then I started listening to them. But every single doctor has a list of interventions, and if you are not discerning if they are right for you, you are going to keep running this race for the next 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 years. Chronic illness is inherently tied to our ability to understand what our body is trying to tell us. The symptoms that we present are not willy-nilly. They are not out of the ordinary. They are not shocking. They are signals from our physical body for us to pay attention to. And how we show care for our physical bodies in that space matters. It matters because it is not, showing care is not going out and seeing another doctor and doing another intervention. Showing care is saying, okay, my stomach hurts. How do I soothe myself? Okay, my heart is racing. How do I give myself a rest and allow my body to come back into balance? Okay, my shoulder and my neck is really tight. What am I doing that is making this worse? How do I ease this tension? And I just know that somebody's going to hate this. The actual thing to do is mindfulness. It is visualization. It's the space of saying, I can send relaxation to my tight shoulder. I can say, thank you, body, for showing me that my stomach is in pain. I am going to find ways to soothe it. And for more intense chronic illness things like SIBO or fluctuations in heart rate, yes, there are medical interventions that are required. Yes, there might be medicine involved. Yes, there are other interventions, non-medical, that can be incredibly helpful to help ease symptoms. But the body sends us the signal first. And if we respond with a flare of urgency that says, I don't know what's going on, my body is broken, it doesn't work, I have to go find somebody to help me, you're rejecting your soul and you're rejecting your physical body's signals. And of course, you're not going to trust that you can help your own body heal if we are always looking outside of ourselves to find someone to make us feel better. This all comes back to self-confidence and self-belief. What I talk about on Lost Girl a lot is, what does it feel like when you look outside of yourself and you trust everybody else, but you don't listen to you? That increases shame narratives, that increases guilt narratives, that increases self-doubt narratives, that increases our inability to actually feel what is right and aligned within ourselves. If you are somebody who's navigating chronic illness, if you are somebody who has been seeing doctors endlessly, and you don't know how to get off the merry-go-round, look internally and ask yourself, how am I showing care? And if I removed every version of my support team, and this was really hard for me to do, okay? I literally sat down and I said, if I removed my cardiologist, my neurologist, my neuropsychologist, my infectious disease specialist, my physical therapist, my acupuncturist, my Alexander Technique method person, my GP, my OBGYN, if I removed all of their thoughts from me, and I got rid of everybody, what would I try to do? A support system of care is critical if you are the one leading it. It is a hindrance if you don't have an awareness of what you need and you are being inundated with 25 well-meaning influences, all of whom might actually be contradicting each other, and then your body doesn't know who to respond to.